Hi everyone, welcome back to Cozy Kids and Crafts. My name is Sydney and this is my weekly Wip and Chat. So today, just to jump right in, I am working on Cute as a Button by Randall Spangler. This is a present for my mom. My goal was to have it done by tomorrow. And that is just absolutely not going to happen. She is arriving to visit us on Thursday. So I'm filming this on Tuesday evening. Normally I would film Whip and Chats on Saturdays. Because I do really minimal editing, it's not really an issue for me to film and then upload in the same day. But while she's here, I really want to just spend that time with her, especially because she lives in California and Emma and I live in Oregon. So, we only see her every few months. And I really want to just cherish that time together. So I can't even remember what the trajectory of that intro was. Let's see. Oh yeah, finishing my project. So goal was to finish this by tomorrow. That's not happening. New goal is to finish this by Saturday because I really want to actually start my Jingle Drills project on Saturday, since that's when it starts. So I think I haven't actually, I'm so sure that's actually when it starts. So I need to get that kitted up. I don't have enough storage to kit it up separately, which is why I need to finish this in order to do that. Because my wonderful, beautiful Magic Forest by Sandra, oh my gosh, this happened last week. I can't remember her last name. And of course, once again, I'm filming on my phone, so I can't look it up. Sandra is in timeout, and so that kit is taking up an entire case. I use cases to store my drills, and I find them pretty easy to use. I think I got mine for 25 bucks on Amazon when I first started out. They're probably not the best out there, but I am of the mind that if it works, it works, and that's good enough for me for right now. So, yeah, that's my plan. I do want to say a humongous thank you to all of your wonderful and kind and positive comments on my first video. I have just been grinning from ear to ear the past few days, because it's only been a few days since I filmed and uploaded it. It's truly just made my week. And I'm so excited to build this little community. I always love, I think that's one of the things I love most about the DAC VIP group, for example. It feels like such a community. And it's one of the things I loved most about Drills and Chills, was just the community aspect. So I'm so excited to be continuing that feeling. It's something that I'm really, really excited about. So, regarding this painting, I have, let's see, I'm counting this as one row, because this is just a little sliver. So I'm just doing it as one row. So I have 4.5, I'll count this as a half, sections left. So, and most of this has been color blocking, and I've also actually just realized I'm working on the exact same section, but just up as I was during my first Wip and Chat. So I'm really sorry you're seeing the same color. It's just a continuation of the same book. If I'm speedy enough, we'll get to this section, but we'll see. So what's been going on the past few days? Let's see. Well, actually, I have great news. So I know last week I mentioned that I have two beautiful, darling, precious fur children. Their names are Clodagh and Todd, and they are both seniors, which has been difficult. So Todd has been anemic since he had emergency surgery in July to remove his spleen. And his vet was concerned about it because at the point where we were checking on his anemia, his blood cells should have been replenishing by then, post-surgery. And they weren't. So today he had an appointment with an internist, and we got great news. Nothing's official. She doesn't think anything is seriously wrong with Todd, which is wonderful, because we were concerned he had, and his main vet was concerned he'd developed maybe another tumor on somewhere internally, and that was causing him to bleed internally. But that is not the case. The new doctor, the internist, thinks that this is being caused by his arthritis medicine, which apparently is a common side effect. So, nothing too major to worry about. She said she's actually very happy with where he's at, health-wise, just overall. Come on. And that he's doing really well for his age. He's 11, a little over 11 and a half. And he's a big dog. So, 11 and a half for a big dog is pretty good in my book. And so that was just such a relief. Everything will be confirmed through imaging we get back tomorrow, I believe, as well as some blood test results, but that has just been such a huge relief. So that's been fantastic. And in addition, Clodagh had her 11th birthday on Sunday, I think. We adopted her a week before her 6th birthday. So we've had her for 5 years. We just celebrated her adoptiversary. And that was really fun. Emma and I made salmon for dinner, and we gave them a tiny bit as a little treat. So it was lovely, and we're both so thankful that she is in our lives. She did not have a good life before us. She, for anyone who's new here, she's a pitty and she was rescued. And now she sleeps on the bed and gets fed salmon for her birthday dinner and has an entire wardrobe of pajamas because she gets cold, which, of course she does. She actually, it got pretty cold today here in Oregon. So I stuck her in her pajamas, which made her very happy. I will see if I can find a picture of the specific pajamas she's wearing and put it like here somewhere. I'll see if I'm tech savvy enough to be able to do that. It might be a bit of an old picture, but yeah, she's had a very nice, cozy day. She had a great birthday, and we're just so happy to be celebrating another year with her. So that was Sunday. Emma and I also went on a date this weekend, which was really nice. It's always nice to get out of the house since I work remotely. So we're both into arcades. Emma really got me into them. I wouldn't necessarily say it's more her thing, but I'd say she's more knowledgeable about them. And I don't think too long ago a claw machine place opened up near us. So she, after work one day, it was on the weekend, so I had the day off. She called me after work and said, hey, get dressed, we're going on a date, which was really fun. So we went to the claw machine place, and the claw machines were really hard. And very frustrating. We did end up winning stuff. I think the best thing that I won was, well, actually, I think Emma technically won it for me, which was very kind of her, so romantic, was this little cat plush in the shape of a banana. It was really cute. So that was so much fun. And then we got food after. So we had a really good weekend. Weekends just go by so quickly, especially with us not having the same time off. And that's not going to change until May, when she graduates from her master's program. She'll then get Saturdays off again, which will be lovely. And I'm really looking forward to that. So today's actually her day off, and she's listening to me record this. She's on the couch knitting. If you want to holler hi.
Hi,
And
everyone.
yeah, so I think I mentioned last week, my mom's coming to town for a huge yarn convention that is held here in Portland. And come on, there we go. And Emma's goal, crafting goal, is to finish Stephen West's knit-along shawl for the weekend, for her to wear it to the convention. So she is working on that. Usually we go to bed really early, like embarrassingly early. We are two 25-year-olds who get into bed at like 7:30 p.m. But we've both been staying up late a bit to craft. And by late, I mean like we don't actually get into bed until 9:30, which I know, wild behavior over here. So yeah, we both have goals we really want to hit this week, which is fun. It's fun to motivate each other. It's also hard because we're both stressed, which crafting is fun. It should be relaxing. It should be fun. But I also find that I sort of need deadlines. For example, with Drills and Chills, also that post review should be going up tomorrow. So, I mean, by the time you're seeing this video, it will have already gone up. But for Drills and Chills, I found it really helpful, honestly, having that deadline. I don't know if I would have gotten it done otherwise, honestly. I feel like I probably wouldn't have. And I found the same thing with writing. When I was really big into writing fan fiction, I would participate in fests that were themed. If you're in the world of fan fiction, you probably know what I'm talking about. And that was really how I got all of my writing done, was I had a very strict deadline. So, and my work similarly, it's very deadline driven. So that really helps. So I think that just automatically computes for me with crafting as well. And that's something I'm really looking forward to with Jingle drills. I have to be careful when I say that because I keep saying Dringle chills, which is like a mashup of oh my gosh, drills and chills and jingle drills. So Emma and my mom are always like, "What are you saying?" But I'm getting better. So yeah, Emma's with me knitting along. The shawl is gorgeous. And she was able to use yarn in her stash already, which was really fun because, as I mentioned, and I think, this probably applies to most people, we're on a tighter budget this year. So we're both really trying to just use what is in our stash. So for me, that applies to diamond painting. For her, that applies to yarn. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking on her name? She's literally my favorite artist at DAC. Art by Julia. Her mystery kit came out yesterday, and I was very good. I was a very good girl and did not buy it. I did spoil it for myself. No spoilers here, don't worry. It wasn't a must-have for me, which was good. I feel better for not buying it then. But yeah, it's been tough. And DAC today released, well, they didn't release, they announced that the advent calendars will be released tomorrow. So I am very excited for everyone who's going to grab one. Where did you come from, little guy? Okay, I think that's good. I've never bought one before. I don't know if they necessarily like super appeal to me. I think they'd be fun. I think I'm much more interested in watching other people open them, and see what they get. Sort of this, it's the same feeling I have generally about like mystery boxes. So like the mystery boxes that were released recently, or just the other one that was released much more recently that just had 2 never before seen kits. I personally did not like yearn for them, but I loved every second of seeing what everyone else got. That was really fun for me. So that, I can never remember what the main point of what I was saying was. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm actually going to look at my notes. I'd love to know though, did anyone get the advent calendar or Art by Julia's mystery kit, or the other one, which I'm sure is going to be gorgeous? I can't remember the artist. I'd love to do a mystery kit someday. The idea of it really appeals to me, but I'm also not patient enough to not spoil it for myself. So, because, time for me, this is absolutely my philosophy. My time and my money are valuable, and I want to 100% know what I'm getting. So that's just what works best for me. I love spoiling it for myself. And I greatly admire people who can just go in blind. I think that's so much fun. And honestly, I'd love to try it someday. But yeah, I'd love to hear if people got the advent calendar, if people got any of the mystery kits, what your thoughts are, if you're going to start them as soon as possible, because that's so much fun. So let's see, what else? I'm really excited for my mom to visit. We have not seen her since August, and we talk to her every day, but Emma and I both really miss her, and so it'll be so good to see her. And as I said, Emma works on Saturdays, so she and I are just going to have what I imagine to be a little craft-a-thon on Saturday, which will be really fun. I don't know what we're going to watch. I might make her watch New Moon with me because Emma, the Twilight series is not Emma's favorite. She didn't really grow up with it, whereas I did. So it's very nostalgic for me, even though, you know, the acting's generally bad, the books were poorly written. I love them. I love them with my entire being. So for the 20th anniversary, I think this was 2 weeks ago, maybe, we went and saw Twilight, the first movie, in the theater, which was really fun. And I was 7 or 8 when the first movie came out. So I never saw them in the theater. I first saw them when I was 10. My mom was obsessed with them. So that was really fun. And now I've had a hankering for New Moon, but I'm not going to make Emma watch that. And the weather here has been so perfect because in my mind, I don't know if anyone else feels this way. It might just be me. But in my mind, there has to be specific weather happening in order to watch Twilight. It has to be very like rainy, very cold. And it is definitely that here in Portland. I think our highs for next week are like maybe high 40s, mid to high 40s, which as a Californian is really cold. But I love it. I really do. When we first told our friends and family we were moving to Portland a few years ago, everyone was like, oh, Sid, you're going to just hate the weather. Like it's going to really get tiring really quickly. And this is let's see, I think this is our 3rd winter here. 23, 24, 25. Yes, our 3rd winter here. Fall, since we're still in fall. That did not go on well. Oh, it's a little better. And honestly, I have not gotten sick of it. I love it. And the summers are a lot better than our wonderful Sacramento Valley summers, where, you know, in recent years, it's been pretty frequently getting up to like 111. I think maybe in 2023 or 2022, we had like 30 days over 100, which was horrible. So I love the Portland weather, and I do not imagine myself getting sick of it anytime soon. The only time where I could do without the rain is when my darling puppies are using the bathroom for the last time of the day, and it's pouring and it's dark, and this specifically pertains to Todd. And he refuses to go to the bathroom, and instead he gets zoomies and just runs around the yard, just absolutely runs around the yard and won't come in. And and won't go to the bathroom, and it's freezing and I can't see anything, I could do without that. If it could just like pause while I'm in the backyard, that would be wonderful. I also completely wiped out on our front steps while I was taking the trash out last week, and I'm covered in bruises. And of course, the recycling went everywhere, which was wonderful. Because our front steps are wood, and so they get really like slimy almost. It is slippery. I think that's the word I'm looking for, slippery. And so yeah, I'm not a coordinated person to begin with. So the rain does not help me much in that regard, but it does make for a wonderful movie and crafting and just really a homebody lifestyle. It's really wonderful. So I'm looking forward to the rain that's supposed to come next week. I'm really looking forward to that. And I know my mom's looking forward to it because I haven't looked at her weather lately. My mom and I are obsessed with the weather. Emma literally does not have to use her weather app because I tell her what the weather is. I look at it like multiple times a day. I don't know. It's one of my favorite things to do. I just enjoy looking at weather patterns. So yeah, I don't honestly know when Emma last used her weather app. But I know it's probably, well, it is absolutely much warmer in California. And my mom does like the colder weather. She doesn't like freezing, but she does like the colder weather. So I know she's looking forward to a little bit of rain and cold. And she'll be able to bring her knits along, which will be nice. It's always nice to wear the things you've made. So that's exciting. And speaking of transitioning into colder months, I would love to know, when do you all, if you celebrate Christmas, when do you decorate for Christmas? Or if you celebrate any other holidays, or if you just like to decorate for winter, I would love to know. If you're in the US, do you wait until after Thanksgiving? My family used to be very sort of staunch after Thanksgiving. But then after my dad died, we all were like, it's not really that important to wait. So Emma and I specifically, started decorating for Halloween. We start decorating end of August, honestly. I think this year we held off a little bit longer just because we were busy and waited until like September 1st or 2nd. I have not decorated for Christmas yet, but that is one of the things we're going to do this week while my mom's here. We've wound up with 2 Christmas trees, and there is a reason. We bought a smaller Christmas tree, and that was for our apartment we first lived in when we first moved to Portland. It was a much smaller space, and it's like it's a taller, narrow Christmas tree. It's really pretty. And then, gosh, was it last year? Last year we moved into our house. And to be clear, we are renting. We are not homeowners at the ripe age of 25. That is not happening anytime soon. But our house that we rent is a much bigger space. So we bought another tree to fill the space, basically. And I think Emma maybe got it from clearance, at like Michael's, maybe, I want to say, last year. It's also beautiful. And so we're trying to, we've rearranged our living room a little bit since last year. So we're trying to figure out where to put both of them. Our little one, I'm diamond painting at our kitchen table right now. And so it's going to go into the corner right over there. You can't see anything. I'm just pointing to nothing. And we're trying to figure out where the big one's going to go. So my mom is going to assist with that. And she's going to assist with decorating. She doesn't know that yet. She can also just supervise, which is fine. So we'll probably do that on Saturday after Emma gets home from work. And then my mom and I are going to also put up like little knickknacks, decorations. I need to transition my candle collection from fall to winter. So that's such a bizarre sentence to say out loud. I am a big candle enthusiast. I have a rather large collection from Bath and Body Works. And Emma and I have a large, it's not a cupboard. What is it? It's not a dresser. What would you call it?
Like a china cabinet?
A china cabinet, yes. We have a large china cabinet, and it hosts all of our knickknacks, as well as my out-of-season candles, because I light candles seasonally. And I'm very strict about that. I have candles I very strongly associate with a particular season, and that's the only season it's lit in. So I still have all of my fall ones out, and I need to do a rotation and bring all of my winter ones out, which I'm really excited for. I'm super, super excited for. I light a candle like every day, and it's one of the things I do to make me look forward to getting out of bed for work. It's definitely one of the perks of working remotely. You know, I get to light a cozy candle and drink tea, and I'm swaddled in a Christmas blanket, which is nice. It's lovely. It's very different from my job last year. So yeah, I have to do all of that this week. I'm just finding there's not enough hours in the day, honestly. I have so many diamond painting videos I've started watching, not filming, that I need to finish or that I want to start, and I have not had time. I think part of that is that Emma and I have just been rushing to get these crafts done. Well, these projects, I guess. But yeah, I am looking forward to catching up on things. I started watching Lisette's, oh my gosh, what is it? I wrote it down, but my handwriting is so small in my notebook. What does it say? Refresh Your Stash 2026 video. And it really got me thinking, because she was talking about people who don't open their kits when they first get them. And I am that person. I don't open my kits when I get them. And I'm wondering, should I? I mean, I probably should, just for checking that like everything's there, especially on kits that, you know, might get discontinued, whatnot. But I'm wondering if any of you would actually be interested in me making videos of essentially essentially unboxing videos, but they're kits I've purchased in the past that I haven't opened yet. All of my kits, or most of my kits, still even have the plastic on them, honestly. Or if they don't have the plastic, they have only been opened to fetch the treasure card. So let me know if you'd be interested in that. I haven't even Opened Duck Bath, and that's one I've been thinking about a lot this week. Because I've been thinking about some of my diamond painting goals for 2026. I did not go into 2025 with any. And, you know, I really do well with structure, as I was saying before. And so I'm wondering if some goals might help me along. And definitely one of those goals would be to start and complete Art by Julia kit, because I love Julia's artwork. I love the ducks. I'm a duck lover, and so that would be really fun. I also have, let's see, 3 Kiki kits by Yume, and I searched for under the stairs for what felt like eons, and I did earlier this year finally get it at a restock, when it restocked at like, I think it might have been 1 or 2 a.m. our time, so oh my gosh, words are difficult. Pacific Standard Time. and I woke up at like 5 something for work, and it was still in stock. So I grabbed it. I snatched it up. It was that's my unicorn kit, definitely. I grew up watching Kiki. It's very nostalgic for me. I love it so much. And so I also definitely want to work on one of those in 2026. I have a lot of other goals. What is that not going down? Oh my goodness. There we go. I have a lot of other goals. I'll discuss them more in an actual dedicated video, more towards the end of the year. But yeah, Lisette's video just got me thinking about that and thinking about what I want my 2026 diamond painting experience to look like, especially now that I have a YouTube video channel. I don't know if you can tell, but it's been a long work day. My brain is sort of everywhere. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I've really been enjoying this kit. I love the colors in it. I specifically, these like pinks and magentas down here have been so much fun to work with. This is definitely a kit for my mom, obviously, since it's a present for her, but I don't know that I would have picked it out for me specifically. I'm not like a diehard Randall Spangler fan, which is funny because out of my small-ish stash, I have this painting. I have another painting by him that's also a gift for my mom. And I have, well, the very first DAC painting I ever completed was one of his. It's Afternoon Tea, which I love. It's hanging in our bedroom. I really love tea, and so that just immediately was a natural choice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to, not necessarily like I'm looking forward to this kit being done, but not because I didn't enjoy it. I'm excited to, I guess, move on to something else, which again is going to be Harborside Kalers by Bonnie White. And I'm really interested to see what that experience is going to be like, because I purchased my version in 2023. it was the second kit I ever got from DAC. So it is older by comparison. So I'm interested to see how the drills are, what the process is like, really. Can you please go down? Thank you. Okay. So I'm really excited about that. And let's see, what else? I feel like I've just been talking for forever, but in a good way. I haven't really pursued any other hobbies in the past few days. Stardew is still on hold for me. This is the save I'm at 99% perfection at, and there are just a few more crafting recipes I need, but I just have not had any luck getting them, which has made me very frustrated. And it's a matter of waiting. Like, they come from quests from the community board, for example. And so I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. Again, apologies if you don't play Stardew and that makes no sense. So yeah, I haven't played it recently. I didn't do any baking this week, but just because I've been so busy. Let's see if it'll stay there. I'm going to make brownies when my mom is here. I also really need to make a lemon loaf from Trader Joe's that we have a mix of. So I might make that. We're all very, very enthusiastic lemon lovers here, so that will be fun. So I haven't done any of that. I forgot to mention in my first video, I'm a huge reader. However, I've been in a massive reading slump. I had a goal of reading 50 books in 2025, and that's also just not going to happen, and that's okay. I have hit 40, and I honestly don't see myself reading anymore. The thing is, with my old job, it didn't require a ton of concentration, and so I was able to listen to books all day long, which was wonderful. With my current job, I'm dealing with contracts and numbers all day, and I obviously don't want to mess any of that up. And I'm one of those people where if I'm concentrating, I need absolute silence. So I haven't been able to listen to any audiobooks, and that's really where I got most of my book momentum from earlier in the year. I do have a Kindle, which I love, but I've been too tired to read at night. I've mostly been watching diamond painting videos before I go to bed, or I will watch TikToks. Honestly, I get sucked into my For You page. So yeah, I don't see that happening this year, which is okay. It's more than I read last year, which is exciting. That's still progress. I haven't found anything lately that really has captured me. And I think also a huge component is that I'm exhausted. My work takes a lot of brain power, and so by the end of the day, I just want to diamond paint and then go on my phone and then go to sleep. So I'm hoping in 2026 I'll be able to do a little more reading. That would be lovely. But we'll see, honestly. I really like mysteries. I'd say that's one of my favorite genres, if not my favorite genre. I love the Thursday Murder Club series. That's maybe my favorite series of all time. To me, it's just so cozy. It's so warm. I love the mysteries. I found the first one to be a little confusing just because there were so many characters. But I love them. And I thought the movie that came out recently on Netflix was pretty good, honestly. What color am I looking for to do this one? So we'll see. We'll see what happens with reading. I'm always looking for recommendations, willing to take recommendations. I like murder mysteries. I like cozy mysteries. I do like romance, but it sort of depends. I feel like I'm much more picky when it comes to romance. I don't know. I really like reading queer literature. And yeah, so I haven't spent a whole lot of time on other hobbies, just mostly diamond painting, which I'm very happy with. So as for what Emma and I have been watching, we finished Selling Sunset, which was wild, as always. I feel like I don't have many thoughts on it because I fully haven't digested it yet. Haven't fully. Again, I am beyond exhausted, so I'm sorry that like so many of my sentences this evening I feel like have not made any sense. But yeah, it was a wild season for sure. No spoilers in case you have not watched it and you want to. We have been mostly transitioning to sort of cozy, nostalgic, like movies and TV shows. So Emma and I both grew up in the early 2000s, and in my humble opinion, that was the best Disney Channel era. So, you know, we were the era of Hannah Montana and all of those other wonderful shows. So yesterday, for example, Emma watched Ice Princess while I was working, which was fun because I could overhear it. We watched You Again last night, which again, I'm really particular about rom-coms. I would not say I'm a rom-com lover, but there are a select few that I am absolutely obsessed with, and You Again is one of them. I don't know if it's the nostalgia or if it's the storyline, but I love it. I think it's so funny. So we watched that last night. I don't know what we're gonna watch tonight. Actually, we do have a Dan and Phil video to catch up on, so we might do that. But that's mostly what we've been watching. I think while my mom is here, we're going to watch the most recent season of the Bake Off, which again is just a lovely, cozy show. So that's really the vibe we're going for as we enter the last few months, 2 months. Well, I guess we're almost, halfway through November. That's wild. I feel like it just started. So yeah, we're just slowing down, taking our time with things. We're both just pursuing things we love to do, and that's made us both really happy. So let's see. Gosh, what else can I ramble about? I've I've been breaking out my winter and Christmas mug collection because, and I don't know if this is just like a trend with diamond painters, but I notice a lot of us sort of collect things. You know, most of us have a stash. I collect candles. I also collect mugs. If there's a pretty mug, I want it. So I have admittedly a rather large collection. Part of the reason for actually getting the china cabinet was so that I had more room for my mug collection, which is embarrassing to admit, but it's okay. And I honestly don't even have all of my mugs in Oregon yet. A decent amount of them are still at my mom's house in California because we could not make room to bring them in the U-Haul. So yeah, I've been busting out my Christmassy ones, which has made me really excited. I feel like now, okay, forewarning, I feel like, you know, grief probably is just going to be a common theme throughout my videos. Just because my dad was such a big part of my life and such a big part of Emma's life and my mom's, obviously. And it's a huge reason why I'm diamond painting in the first place. So with that being said, I feel like this is, ooh, there is lots of purple. Okay, Sid, stay on topic. I can do that. I feel like the past few years, especially last year, you know, I was looking forward to the holidays a bit more. The first year after he died was horrible. It was really hard. 2023 was hard as well. Every year is going to be hard, but I'm definitely finding that I'm looking forward to Christmas and the holidays the most that I have since he died. And you know, the grief does not go away. It's always there. It is ever present. But I am learning how to cope with it better, and I'm learning how to take care of myself better, and also to just honor my grief more. So I'm really excited for Christmas this year, which is a really nice change. My grandma is going to come up as well with my mom for Christmas. I have a very small immediate family, so it's literally going to be me, Emma, my mom, and my grandma. And so I'm so excited. I'm so happy that we're entering into these cooler months, and that downtown Portland is getting, you know, a little winter sparkle in terms of decorations, and the reindeer should be up soon in downtown on the Portland sign, which I always love. It's one of my favorite views driving through the city. So overall, things are going really well. I am deliriously tired, and I'm really excited for this upcoming week. I'm, again, so excited to see who was able to snag the advent calendar, what it includes. I think it's going to be so much fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. I always love seeing what other people are working on, which reminds me, I think I forgot to ask in my last video, correct me if I'm wrong, if you are participating in Jingle drills this year, I would love to know what kits or kit you're planning on working on. I love, I don't know if it's because I'm nosy or because I don't know. I love seeing what other people are working on. It's so much fun to me. So I'd love to know what you're planning on doing. I will, again, link my current whip, cute as a button, in the description, as well as Harborside Carolers. But yeah, I'd love to hear what everyone's working on. I'm sorry. I feel like this has been a bit of a disastrous video. I appreciate your patience, and I do know that this is not, you know, an immediate thing where I'm going to be just absolutely stellar at this right out of the gate. But I know with consistency and with time, I'm going to improve, just like anything. I do have that personality though, where I want to be good at something immediately. And if I'm not, I get very tempted to quit. So, but I'm not going to do that with this. I feel like I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. And I loved the sense of community, again, that I got from my video last week. So thank you so much, everyone, as I start to wrap up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking through my exhausted rambles. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope that you get every project you want to get. If any of you are purchasing anything, I know that this is going to be going up on a Saturday, so if DAC drops anything, which presumably they will, you know, their weekly releases, I hope you get what you want, and I hope you all are doing well. If you want more content like this, please feel free to subscribe. I'm planning on putting out weekly Whip and Chats every Saturday. And then I'm trying to come up with just content to create during the rest of the week. So so stay tuned. I'll probably do a few post reviews of the projects I've already done. So keep an eye out for those. But yeah, I appreciate you all being here so much. It really does mean the world to me. I appreciate your support. And I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.